Hey everyone, welcome to Throwing Rod's Garage. In this video, it's just going to be spend the morning with me, per se. I got some cleanup to do. I want to get the 69 Chevy cleaned up. We're going to use it for some family Christmas pictures. And I'm going to move a couple balers around this afternoon. I got to go get my hair cut so I don't look too ugly for the pictures. But anyways, I will get started on this and just do a time lapse of me just cleaning off the bed of the truck. And eventually I'll pull it around. Unfortunately, I did not get the engine completely put back together. I was going to do that so I can drive it, but it is what it is. I can just pull it over here with the one of the tractors, and so we can get it all set up for pictures. For the meantime, it just has some these neat little blocks that came with the truck whenever we bought it, and I got the radiator hose, and this metal pipe. I mean, it's not a whole lot back here. I will probably just set it back by one of the balers or one of these bush hogs. Got the dogs all riled up back there. But I'll just put this on a time lapse real quick, get it all cleaned up, and we'll move on to probably swapping wheels around on the balers. I have this one completely wheelless. I have them sitting on one of those balers over there. So I want to get this guy back where it rolls so I can move it, and I'll take this cover off, put it on that one, because that guy, let's see if I can zoom into it. This one here is the good one that I'm going to work on. Of course, that's in one of my previous videos. This one, unfortunately, is my old one that no longer works. Well, now that all those blocks are off, I'm going to go ahead and get the radiator, water pump, hoses, and all that good jazz. I'm going to stick it over here in the 67 F100 for right now. That was a lot moving all that. But anyhow, and then I'll grab a broom and just sweep it off. Now, let's see if I can get the inside cleaned out a little bit. It's all cleaned up on the bed and the inside. I gotta do a little bit more cleaning, but it's not bad. It's only been sitting here for a little while. But whenever I get pulled around, wherever my wife wants me to put it so she can get the best picture she wants, I'm going to go ahead and get it pressure washed first, shine up the tires, make it look pretty for her. But she wants to do the old rustic farm, lay the blanket on the back, put a Christmas tree, the presents, it looks super awesome. I love those pictures. So I'm going to get this rest of the way picked up, I think. Actually, I'm about done as far as until I have to move it. So I'm probably going to run in town real quick, get my hair mowed, and then get back on the balers. Well, everyone, I'm back. Got my hair mowed. What's left of it. My kids give me a hard time about going bald. It is what it is. But I'm on my way back home, and as soon as I get back, I will start on the balers and kind of cleaning up the backyard. Don't like all that stuff laying around anyways. And yep, I'll see you in a bit. All right, I got my tools, I got a jack and an impact. Let's get these wheels off. I'll get it lifted up here. Let's hope that the jack doesn't sink in the mud. We got a little bit of rain the past couple days, and I have to use the jack to lift up this one, block it, and use the jack on the other one, because I want to put this tire on my 14T. It's still a little bit better of a wheel and tire. It'll hold air. The other one's just a parts tractor. It can have the crappy wheels on it. Just a little bit. Perfect. Now I'm gonna grab some blocks, block this guy up, and then I'm gonna pull off the nice new tire that's on the other 24T that came off the 14T to put on this 24T. This tire is brand new. It was put on my 14T right before I bought it. So it doesn't have any weather checking. Not very many miles on it. Perfect. Well, this will be fun getting the jack underneath. Now, I'll just jack it up with this big jack, set a block, and just keep repositioning it until we get it. Scoot it over and try again. Oh, sketchy. Yep. Must be a lot of weight on that one side, but I should be able to stick it up underneath this side. Hopefully. Oh, so close. So close. Let me move you guys. Ta-da. Maybe. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. I know that jack's barely underneath there, but I'm gonna move that block, stay out from underneath of it. I'm gonna move it on the other side and put that jack underneath there better. All these leaves everywhere. Ta-da! There we go. Surprisingly, this one's still holding air. That is a plus. Fast like NASCAR. Not really. There we are. Now I'll get my little jack out of here. Poor little thing. It's fine. It's fine. Now on the right hand side of this parts baler, it had that thin little bitty wheel and tire that is in not very good shape. So I'm going to pull off this other tire that was like basically brand new that came on the 14T. It was able to have a wider, better tire, but these newer 24Ts, I guess, they were more narrow. So you had to run a smaller little ag tire. I think it's a 5 by 15 little 3 rib which is what is on it, but it's super flat and super ruined and super not going to work. So it has it on the newer 24T. I know it's confusing going back and forth. The one I'm going to use, it has it on there, but it loses air fairly quick. So whenever I get it parked where I want it, I'm going to set it up so it's not dry rotting that tire anymore, but I'm just going to replace it. There's no sense in keeping it. I'm going to be using that baler a lot, so I'll get a new tire on it, just be done. It'll pay for itself. I don't remember how many spacers I needed. Don't laugh though, it worked. You can hear all of them fall. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do to get it home. She rubbed just a little bit. Just barely. Didn't even wear off the lettering. Sweet. Isn't she a beaut? It held air for about half a mile, 3/4 of a mile, and then it let loose. The tube wasn't in good shape. Now the gentleman I got it from, he said that this tire was fairly new, and looking at it, hey, he's not wrong, but it was fairly new 20 plus years ago. We'll get this new one put on here. A few ugga-duggas for the torque. Works perfect every time. Don't do this with your cars. Torque them to specs. Now, I'm not going to spend all day on these balers, but I did want to show you guys that I did have some moment to pull off this needle. Here comes Lola to inspect. But I pulled off the needle. I'm not going to put it on yet because I want to make sure and align this one that's broken properly. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my electric grease gun. I'm going to grease this up. I'm not going to record it or anything, but I'm going to grease this one up. This one I might douse with some, who knows, some penetrating lubricant because it is rusty. But I might be just wasting my time. But I'll shoot some grease in it as well if the little grease certs will let me. They seem like they may take some, they may not. But I don't want it to ruin any more than it is sitting with no grease. But it has sat outside for about 20 plus years. So what's it going to hurt? Now I'm going to move those balers with my old case, and well, the last time I ran this thing, well, it was at the end of hay season. I haven't started since, so wish me luck. Neutral, turn on the glow plug. Sorry, intake heater. Give her full throttle because that's what she needs. Here goes nothing. Almost. She's very low compression. Like I said, I paid $300 for this tractor with a locked up engine, and I got it freed, but I'm pretty sure it's only running on like 2.5 full compression cylinders. Come on, baby. There we go. Gotta love this old thing. I doubt I have power steering. Nope. No power steering today. Perfect. Now I got the 24T that I'm going to use and fix up, get it ready. Next to my 14T, I'm going to go ahead and move the tarp over to this one. There's a few more parts I'm going to pull off of that guy over there, like that shield behind that strap. I need to grab that. And I think there's one other little part that I have to get. But I'm going to go ahead and get it all set up. I know I'm spending way too much time on these balers, but I'm excited about them. It's something fun, but I'm going to pull them back in the shop, or at least the 124T back in the shop, probably next month after all the holidays are over. That way I can work on it in the shop, warm and whatnot. But yeah, I got to kick it into overdrive so I can get this done for the day. Update. I got the knotter system all completely covered with an old tarp, but it's better than getting rained on. And I've got some blocks and a jack so I can go ahead and take it over across the field and park it where basically it's going to be a baler salvage yard. Don't let my wife know. She says I have 25 acres across the field, or across the county road, that I can fill up. I don't think it'll work out that well. All right, I'm gonna start moving it over there before the rain hits. And this is where I found out that you need to make sure and check to see if your microphone is on. I lost all of my audio for this. So this is out here on the back side of my hay field. We have a nice little clearing out there, and I just went ahead and parked them along the roadside. Well, the driveway side, and just explaining that I greased everything. I sealed up the PTO shafts with a piece of plastic so water doesn't get down in there and freeze, because you do not want to ruin those PTO shafts. They're very expensive. Well, I picked through everything that I needed off that 24T parts baler, and I think I got everything that I needed. I grabbed a few extra things, but it is just across the field, so it's no big deal. I'm going to keep the grass cleared around it. So if I ever need any parts, or when I need more parts, it's right there and easy to get to. Of course, I went ahead and pulled off the second needle. That way it's here. The hitch here, which is meant for just pulling a hay wagon behind it. And I went ahead and pulled this chute off the back of that parts one because it's longer. The one that's on, the one I'm gonna work with, is about this long. So it added at least an extra 8 to 10 inches. But I'm going to go ahead and pull mine off first and put this one on, and then the shorter one behind it. So whenever I do have the hay wagon hooked up, this will all fold, and I can adjust the chute to be able to push the hay up onto the hay wagon and not have to load as many. Now, granted, I know we don't cut that much hay, and we usually get anywhere between 3 to 450 bales per season. But this last cut, I got 400 and something. No, 300 and something just out of the fall cut. So that was a good cut. So I don't have a hay wagon yet, but it will be fun. Just something to, progress to. Well, I went inside to grab a quick bite to eat. I wasn't in there no longer than 35 minutes, tops. And now look. It's dark. But, in my own defense, this shop needs a very good cleaning. So I'm just going to do a quick little time lapse of cleaning it. This is a video of just follow me around for the day. So I'm dragging you with me. Now, don't mind it. It is dirty, but I have been doing tons of different projects. Things are just laying around. I got a different camper. With the other camper, those were the spare tires for it. And it came with a whole bunch of different little parts and everything. We're pretty excited about it. And I'm hoping that we're going to be able to use it this coming weekend. And yeah, I'm going to start cleaning. Such a good movie. Oh yeah. There. That looks a whole lot better. Getting there. Now this corner is a disaster, I know. But I have parts of my 350 build down here, so that has to stay. This tote, this box, these are my baler parts I gotta go put with my baler. And this is my 302 that I got running for one of my videos for fun. That 302 that has the Edelbrock intake on top is my boy's 302. So of course he's been tinkering with it in here. It's usually sitting over in the corner by the kitchenette. So he had his own spot to be able to work. So it wouldn't be right here in the way of pulling in a vehicle and whatnot. But we had to move it all because of deer season. The kitchenette was used as a butcher shop. So we got that all done. Deer season's over. So I'm going to get his little spot back up and going over there for him as I get this all cleaned up. Well, it's a little better. There's still crap everywhere, but until I get more room or I get projects done like the mower, the 350, doing engine swaps with those other two engines later. That one, I don't know what to do with yet, but it's fun. It's not hurting anything sitting there. But I need to organize my oil stuff. I just want to get things cleaned up because it was a disaster in here. And I want to at least be able to get in here, pull a vehicle in, and be able to work without having to worry about stepping over stuff, moving stuff, blah, blah, blah. Now, I know this spot looks a lot worse than it was. That's because it is. I had to move stuff from the first corner over to the second corner, reorganize it, place it where I want it, then move that stuff over to this spot. And this is what I got left. That old 350 Chevy block. The crank that came out of it is in the one that I've been building. So the old crank's beside it. Don't need that. Don't need any of the extra pistons. None of that good jazz. That stuff's all junk. And then, of course, the brakes off my wife's van are there. And the leaf spring brackets off my boy's Ranger that I did not too long ago. So I got to get rid of all that so I can move those two totes over, the engine over. Sounds like it's starting to rain. And then I'll get rid of the table, the coolers, since deer season's over. So I'm going to get at it. Now, this isn't 100% better, but this is definitely a good 63.5% better. I can actually get in here with a vehicle and be able to work. So, I am pleased. Well, everyone, there you have it. Thanks for spending the day with me. I probably spent way too much time rambling or working on stuff that I shouldn't have, but hey, I feel like progress is progress, you know? And not only that, a nice shop that is picked up a little bit sure makes you feel better the next time you need to work in it. But I know every shop is not ever going to be perfectly clean. Trust me, a dirty shop is a busy shop, and a busy shop means things are getting done. So, nothing wrong with having a shop that needs a little bit of cleaning here and there. But again, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. And as always, you rest, you rust. See you guys.